Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I'm going to be answering the burning question of so many people as to how different the original fragrance is to reformulated version. So this question pops pops up so many times, not just about this scent, but in general. So I'm gonna be telling you my thoughts on that, and obviously I'm gonna compare the older and the newer fragrance of one and only beautiful this way Alien by Mugler. So this is an older one. This is the older version, and I do have probably 1/3 of the juice left. And this teeny tiny one is the newest one. This one, I guess it came out this year, so 2024. Whereas this one, unfortunately, there's just the partial batch code, so just two numbers. Maybe I'm just not seeing where the batch code is, but anyway, this fragrance is approximately 10 years old. So I have a 10 years old and the newborn, and I'm going to be comparing the two, and I'm going to be giving you the thoughts just in general on the reformulated and not whether it's a good deal to go out and search for the older fragrance. So let's start, and I'm gonna start with the notes. The notes of the fragrance in question are jasmine, sambac, cashmere, and amber. So these are the notes that I have found on Fragrantica, and obviously these notes are for newer version of the fragrance. I'm not sure that the older one had only 3 notes. Probably not, but I'm just not able to find an older structure of the fragrance. Anyway, so I do have this fragrance on my skin, the older one and the newer one. Obviously, we're not comparing the initial blast of a fragrance, but we are comparing the dry down and everything. So I have to tell you that overall, the fragrance is very, very similar. I just can't say that the newest one is trash and the oldest one is golden. I can't say that. You see, when the reformulation happens, it doesn't mean that the fragrance, from being a beautiful, nice, and opulent fragrance, it becomes a totally different fragrance. Obviously not, because the fragrance is still the same. Yes, it did. It has some kind of different ingredients. Maybe the pyramid is more simple. Maybe some ingredients are replaced by synthetic, more affordable ingredients. And obviously it impacts to find what we get as a result. Obviously, this is the things that happen. But it's not like you had, as an original fragrance, let's say you had Chanel number 5, and after reformulations it becomes Chanel number 19. It just doesn't happen that way. The fragrance is still the same fragrance. It has different nuances. It can have different like performance wise, it can get worse or better, but the fragrance, the biggest part of the fragrance is still the same. So in my opinion, the fragrance is somewhat similar, but like the structure, and we have such a beautiful and prominent jasmine, sambac, and everything. So in this sense, the fragrance is the same. What is different, to my nose, is that the older version, maybe, just maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe, this is also because of how old the fragrance is. Maybe the process of staying in the dark room has impacted on how deep this fragrance become eventually. So the older one is deeper, the older one is richer, and I would never, I would never believe that. I just keep looking here down because I do have my notes here. Uh, I just can't believe that it just has three notes: jasmine, sambac, cashmere, and amber, as I have already told you. I just can't believe, because for me, this bouquet of flower is just is it's more opulent, it's richer, it's brighter, it's deeper, it's kind of darker, but in a good sense darker. Whereas the newest one, in my opinion, is fresh. It's like fresher jasmine. If you take jasmines, fresh jasmines, this is not gonna be the freshest one. It's gonna be kind of on a deeper side, but in comparison to the old one, this is lighter. This is obviously, in my opinion, this is lighter. This is more green. This is more fresh. This is more young as a fragrance. And I can feel just predominantly jasmine, whereas in the older one I can also feel this warmness, this warm feeling. Probably it's an amber, this sweeter feeling. And the newer one, I have to just keep remembering old and new. So the newer one is just greener jasmine. It's almost only about the jasmine. So for me, is this a different fragrance? No, because the one is about the jasmine, the another is about the jasmine. The one is more deep, more like dark, more like round, and the newer is more fresh, more green. Can come across a bit more sharp, yes, but overall, it's about the jasmine. And if you like jasmine, you're gonna like both fragrances. So for me, I like the older one, but obviously, here is the question: do I have to search high and low to spend an obnoxious amount of money and to search for the older one? In my opinion, you don't have to. I'm gonna explain myself. And I do understand that for some people it's gonna be right. Obviously, you're saying that because you do have an older version. You know how it is, and so you kind of you already know it. But us, that we don't know it, we would like to have it. So yeah, I do get it. But listen here. In my opinion, when we are talking about do we have to get an older version, we don't have to think solely about fragrance, because it's not just about the fragrance. It's about the amount of time, the amount of money, the amount of effort we have to put to find the fragrance. And this is a huge risk, because probably this fragrance isn't on the shelves anymore. It might be that you find some kind of a little perfumery shop somewhere in Europe, some little town, and it still has this kind of older box, and you're so lucky to get it. It might be so, but for the major part, it's probably gonna be a private person who's gonna be selling you the bottle that they have. So the amount of risk that you put into getting a fragrance from someone else, that you don't know how this fragrance was kept. You don't know if it was kept in a dark room, in like without the direct sunlight, all the things that can alter the fragrance. You don't know that. You don't know the person. You don't know how the fragrances were kept. So there's a huge amount of risk, and obviously all can turn like in a worst manner possible. You can just lose your money because you get a fragrance and it's not good. So you have to think about that. You don't have to think just about the fragrance. If you are able, and if you know that this is the older formula and you can get it easily, you just go to the store next door and the vendor is saying, well, I'm I'm selling my own fragrances that I have been keeping here for years and years. Here is for you. Please get it. Then it's a whole different story, but you have to understand that there's the chance, still there's the chance that the fragrance will not be good as new, right? So just keep in mind the amount of risk and the amount of money that you will have to put into the older version that you might not even like. This is the second important part, that you might not even like, because for me the older one is smoother. It's smooth, it's nice, it's deeper, it's more dark, it's more opulent, it's more like, this kind of noir kind of fragrance, very beautiful. And the newer is fresher. But I do love both jasmines, so both fragrances are fine for me. But you might not like the older one. Maybe you like the fresher one, maybe you like the new one, and you will go high and low, spend money, get a fragrance that you don't even like. So in my opinion, and I'm gonna stop here, do not complicate your life. You can go out now and get a new fragrance for like around 55 euros with all the discounts and deals. For 30 mils, it's gonna be new fragrance, it's gonna be beautiful, nice refillable bottle, everything, and just get the new version. Don't search for an older one, because there's no guarantee that you will like it, there's no guarantee that you will get a good one. So just don't think about that. And in terms of the fragrance, I'm telling you, it's like, well, it's almost similar. What is dissimilar is the feeling that you have, the feeling of coziness and warmness that you have with the older one, and you don't really have with the new one. But the main thing is the jasmine, and the jasmine here, I want to say it's the same. It's the same jasmine here. So yeah, these are my thoughts on this fragrance and on this problem, because for so many people this is a problem. So just you, obviously you do you. If you want to go on this journey and search for the fragrance, and yeah, you do what you want. But that's just my opinion. After I finish this bottle, I'm not gonna be searching for the older one. I'm just gonna go out and buy a new one that I can easily find everywhere. So yeah, thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. Have a nice, beautiful Wednesday, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye.